Let's talk about the Taliban. They've been fighting the government and its allies in Afghanistan for 20 years. Today, they seem stronger than ever.
The Taliban have adapted their tactics. They've gotten more brutal.
And now the Americans are going home.
It's time to end the forever war.
Biden wants his troops out by September 11th, and that could strengthen the Taliban even more. So who exactly are the Taliban? How is it that they have so much power? And why are people worried they'll take over Afghanistan again?
So, the Americans have run away from Afghanistan, it seems.
It's not run away, it's withdrawal. Withdrawal. I think that is the correct word.
Or maybe then let me add one more point to it. I think it is unconditional withdrawal, right? So the Talibans have so the Americans have unconditionally withdrawn from Afghanistan.
It's not withdrawn, it's drawdown. I would correct that. And it's not unconditional. The objective is fulfilled.
Right. And what was the objective?
It was like, they wanted to check the Al Qaeda to build any kind of center or any kind of further attack after 9/11 to US. So they could successfully do that. So the objective is fulfilled, and while they were the objective of the US is never to rule or to make Afghanistan as their own nation. So once they could check the Al Qaeda, and that's why their objective is fulfilled. Now they are taking back away the troops.
So they attacked Afghanistan in 2001 after the
Yes, 9/11.
the 9/11 attacks.
Yes.
Okay, and they were there for 21 years.
Yes.
In the Bagram airfield.
Yeah, I think that's the longest war that they consider themselves. And Joe Biden, in his speech, he said that he doesn't want to prolong this anymore. Though this entire effort was tried by George Bush and the next Donald Trump also, but Joe Biden make it successful by taking away the troops.
So okay, so now they have, so initially, so if you see the way they have exited, Joe Biden said that it is going to be in sometime in September. But
Yeah, September 11.
that's right, but they've already gone.
Yeah, so basically this is not only the bits and parcels are left, it will be cleared by 31st of August.
So whatever is left is
Yeah.
of no significance.
Correct.
Right,
Yes,
so
yes.
literally you can say, just whatever is remaining is just for optics and just to kind of honor the date given by POTUS.
Yes, it's because the reason that it was 9/11 the date, and so they wanted to make it considered as like the same date that 20 years back they have started this entire mission, and then after 20 years on 21st year they want to complete it.
So then why did they run away 2 months earlier?
You're getting it wrong. They didn't run away. So when the objective is fulfilled, they don't want their troops to be killed and slaughtered anymore, because
Okay.
wait, I'll tell you, because the US has a bigger challenge to face right now.
So so I was so I don't know what big challenge US has to face, because US only puts challenging situations for everybody else in the world. But anyways, so let's look at this quick news, because now so the point is that US made a statement, or they took a decision to withdraw from Afghanistan. They made the statement, they have already done that. Okay, so now the question is, what next for Afghanistan, right?
Wait,
So
you I think you have read it, you missed out some part. They are not actually totally withdrawing all the support from Afghanistan. It's just a military support.
No, that is the main thing, because if you're talking about US has taken away all the latest equipments, all the aircraft detect
They have
systems and
emptied the
everything.
entire air base.
Right. We're not interested in what is there in the US
No, but
embassy of
they are going to
Afghanistan.
propagate the women's education and all the support. US, they said, and even US has also opened visa for Afghanistan.
See, No, they don't want to. No, they don't. I don't think they want to. Okay, so I don't think
That is their call if they want to or not.
So no, so the thing is that so if they are saying about women's education and all of those things, there are still some Taliban controlled areas where girls are not allowed to go to school. Of course, there are some Taliban controlled areas where the girls are allowed to school and they have equal rights. But then again, that is not up to the US. That is simply because the commanders of certain Taliban
correct.
controlled areas are more liberal than the
Majority
others.
of Afghanistan is controlled by Taliban.
No, that is I understand, but I'm just saying that is exactly my point. That is the US has nothing to do in this. So, anyways, the point is,
No,
what
but
next?
US has already trained many of the Afghanis in the as a soldier. Then they have been funding them.
No,
They
so-
have given some advanced weaponry
Yeah. So it's like
so that to fight back the Al Qaeda.
Yeah. So it's basically they have given guns to the soldiers and taken away the bullets. So anyway, so I don't know what they will fight with the guns without the bullets. So now let's talk about
They have trained also the Afghanistan soldiers.
I don't know to do what. Anyway, so now let's talk about what happens now that now they've gone. So I was reading through Al Jazeera news, and they said that Hamadullah Mohib, okay, the National Security Council advisor for Afghanistan, said that Taliban may choose war, okay, because they will want to show their strength. It is the time for Taliban for it's going to be a show of strength for Taliban, okay, and it is just a matter of time that Taliban will get closer to the capital, okay, and then what happens? So there was a very interesting news, or rather a quick interview with the chief of Taliban, okay, I'm forgetting his name, and he was asked that now that the US has retreated and obviously you are probably going to come back into power and you're going to take over Afghanistan and all of those, are you going to apply those stringent laws, especially on women? They can't go to school, they can't show skin in public, they have to have a male escort them every time they go out. So his answer to that was that this was all media propaganda, that Taliban treats women this way. In reality, Taliban has actually released certain papers stating that they are going to they are going to be for peace, they are going to be supporting the women's rights, and so on and so forth. Also, the most important thing in Afghanistan is that the courts in Afghanistan, okay, the so-called constitutional courts in Afghanistan, was not really ever able to provide the right kind of justice to people, but the Sharia courts did. Right, so it is understandable that it's probably Sharia law that works better in a place like Afghanistan. There is a whole lot of people who again were interviewed by Al Jazeera, who said that they are very happy that finally US has left. It's a good thing. So I'm not saying that it's a bad thing that US has left, okay. In other words, see, while you may look at it as that mission accomplished for US, but I look at it as US had realized after 20 long years that they cannot do anything in Afghanistan, and eventually they retreated. I think it's a very thought through decision by Biden, because he knows that 4 presidents before him couldn't do anything, and
it's not about couldn't do anything. You were just making the picture, seeing the picture on other side.
No, I am seeing exactly how United States has been treating the Middle East.
Before Joe Biden, there were 4 presidents. I agree, but that time, the primary challenge for them was to taking care of Afghanistan.
No.
So that now,
No.
Now on the platter of Joe Biden, there is a bigger threat.
No, I don't agree. I see. The thing is that at that time, the primary objective. See, now that I'll tell you what the primary objective is, and they have said it also. So US said we are retreating, but we will keep an eye on Afghanistan. As long as they don't attack our homeland, they can do whatever they want.
Yes.
Right. So the primary objective
in their own periphery, they can do whatever they want.
Correct. So the primary objective of US, okay, was to stop Al Qaeda from attacking US. Their objective was not to take care of Afghanistan. US never takes care of anybody. Okay, US never takes care of anybody, let alone these poor Middle East countries. Okay, US is better off making these Middle East countries fight amongst
but
themselves.
in the process of taking care of themselves, they were actually under the umbrella. Afghanistan was also getting protected.
Afghanistan was getting protected. See, Afghanistan, just like every other country, okay, have people who have divided thought process. Okay, on one side you can say that a group of people were happy because US was there and they were protecting. They were happy with the presence of United States in Afghanistan. But there is a whole lot of people who are happy today that US has left Afghanistan, and they are happy because Taliban is probably going to take over once again. So right, different people look at it differently, but I am looking at the history. Every time US's only and only one point agenda has been to keep the infighting on in Middle East, so that Middle East does not run away with the power. And why I say Middle East does not run away with the power? Because the power lies in Middle East. The power is in oil. All the oil is in the Middle East. Then there is a very high possibility that if
are you trying to say that US has ran away, or they were being threatened, and that's why they had to?
No, I'm not saying they were being threatened. I'm really not saying that. I am saying US has let me not say they ran away. Let me just say that they withdrew. Right? So US withdrew because after 20 years somebody out there realized that they cannot continue to waste their resources in a country
Exactly, that is the correct.
where which they cannot control. That is what. But I am surprised that US took 20 years to realize that they cannot control another country. That is what is surprising.
They were never trying to control Afghanistan.
Of course they were trying.
They were never trying.
No, of course
they were trying to protect their own country.
Yeah,
own
they
place.
were trying. Yeah. So
they were never trying to rule Afghanistan.
Right. So then in that case, we should also all appeal and sign a petition to Narendra Modi ji to send forces in Pakistan. Okay, so that they can protect our country from Pakistan's attacks. And why Pakistan? Pakistan is not even a threat anyways to India.
We need to go for China.
Yeah, why not? Why aren't we sending our forces, just like the United States have been sitting inside Afghanistan for 20 years, and as per you they were not controlling? So why can't we also send our troops to China and keep them there and control China, or sorry, not control China, protect our homeland? Every country should start doing that in a way, so to say, no?
See, that is how it is. You are not able to understand. The biggest threat right now for US is not Afghanistan or not Al Qaeda. It is from China. So they wanted to shift their attention and to save the military power and invest it somewhere where it is more important. So that's why they want to go
Okay,
ahead.
so now that done. Fine. So let's accept that the US finally decided that we are not going to be able to do whatever we wanted in Afghanistan. Now our next target is China, which I'm telling you, they will not be able to do 10% of what they could do in Afghanistan. They won't be able to do 10% of that in China. Okay, but okay, fine. Everybody has the right to try. So let them try. But my question is, when you were closing out from Afghanistan, why didn't you close well? Where was the peace deal? Why didn't you? And United States is like brokers. These property brokers are there, no? Like the United States always brokers deals, right?
They have a deal, right? The Doha agreement with the Taliban. They already have that.
What?
There's a deal called Doha agreement.
No, what Doha agreement? Today when they are leaving, why is there no deal or no peace talks or brokered by US between the Afghan government and Taliban?
What kind of agreement? What?
Agreement for peace. I'm talking about peace, because right now, see, it's all about peace at the end of the day, right? US has been sitting in the Afghanistan for 20 years and causing so much trouble for Afghans so that US could live in peace, right? They were doing it for peace.
No, you are again thinking that US is doing only for themselves. Of course they were doing for themselves.
Just 10 minutes back you said US was doing it for
but they were also saving Afghanistan from Al Qaeda, from a terrorist attack.
Okay, so then why did they leave today?
Because there are no more threats.
Oh, come on. Who said there are no more? Taliban still controls a lot of parts of
Taliban
Afghanistan.
one was controlling before also.
Yeah, exactly. That's
So,
what I'm
but
saying.
to maintain the peace and harmony in Afghanistan.
So for that is exactly my point. If they wanted to maintain the peace and harmony of Afghanistan, now that they are exiting Afghanistan, why didn't
But
they
they
broker a peace
cannot
deal?
maintain peace and harmony in Afghanistan at the cost of their own military
No,
laws.
what I am saying is, I'm not saying they should not withdraw. I'm saying when you're withdrawing, close it well, no? At least broker a peace deal between the Afghan government and Taliban. Why not even attempt to do it?
That is how Joe Biden came up with. He
For
said
what?
that he will be giving visa to the Afghanistan
What?
people. Yeah,
So-
those who want to come and those who don't feel
So then-
Afghanistan is not safe place, they can move ahead, come out of the country.
So half of Afghanis should go to US and stay, leave their motherland and come to US. Brilliant, yeah. I mean that can be the best possible solution. I wish Narendra Modi kind of signs some agreement with Joe Biden and says all Indians who don't feel safe in India can go and stay in
See,
the
that is
US.
the call of the Afghanis. If they don't feel safe in their
But
own
that is-
motherland,
but
so then they can move.
But I mean, is that even a solution? That if you don't feel safe in your country, our country is
So
open
what do you
for
want? You want the US to take over Afghanistan
No,
forever?
that is exactly what I'm trying to say. Why not broker a peace deal? At least make that attempt. There has been no attempt for a peace deal. They should have at least attempted. See, maybe after doing the peace deal as well, possible that still Taliban's would wage war and they would still want to take over Afghanistan. Fair, okay. But why didn't the US try? Is my question. Why didn't they try? Let the Afghans do whatever they want to do. The Afghani government. Let the Taliban do whatever they want to do after the US has left. But while US was there, while they were leaving, why didn't they broker a peace deal? Is my simple question. Their solution is we'll give you visa, come to our country. What rubbish. And stay like what? Second class citizens. I know exactly how Muslims are treated in the Western world. Okay, so
Do you know how Muslims are treated in China?
oh God, are we talking about
So
China?
no. If you
Or
are
we
talking about how Muslims are treated,
No,
you have that in mind that how they are treated
No,
in
of course-
US
no,
and
no,
the
so-
Western countries. You don't know how they are treated in China.
No, of course they are not treated well in China. But then the
so
point,
why do you see only on US? What about the
Because
China? What about
bec-
how they are treated
no,
in
no,
China?
because
See
today,
that?
because today the point of discussion is US and Afghanistan. Tomorrow when we take up a debate about the condition of Muslims in China, then I will definitely condemn China for the way they treat Muslims. But today,
So now you realize China is a bigger threat to everyone in the world.
Who? China is a bigger threat. See, understand that also there is a history. How did China become a big threat? Somewhere there is US again there. US is the root cause of all troubles of this world. Let us all accept that. And US's NATO allies are even worse.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
UK. I mean, I don't even have to talk about UK because all of Pakistan and all of India know what UK has done. So let's not talk about UK. But my only point before I kind of rest my case is that sitting in India, I am not the one to decide whether
Yes,
US did the
we
right
are not
thing
the
or wrong
one to
thing.
decide, yes.
So, whether the right thing to do was to withdraw or not is not for me to decide. But my only point is, if you are withdrawing, try and do at least something to upkeep the peace of the country,
So
which you
do
have
you
not
know
done.
now which power will come in Afghanistan to take over Afghanistan? It will be China now. So China is trying to sign a treaty between Afghanistan president, then the Taliban head, and China. So he want a triangular treaty where he can rule and he can maintain the peace. No, so now you have understood.
No. So do you know that if US wouldn't have moved out of Afghanistan so abruptly, then do you know which other country was in the race to broker a deal between Afghanistan and Afghan government and Taliban? Do you know which other country was trying to broker a deal? India. Now, because
India was always supporting Afghanistan.
No, which is true. But
Yeah.
if US continued to be there in Afghanistan today, India would have got a better opportunity because they were in the race to try and broker a peace deal. Because US went away, so India's chances of trying to broker a peace deal is almost gone now, because it is all about now Pakistan and China.
Of course, if China is coming, then Pakistan will always go.
That's
to
right.
follow that.
So then tell me one thing: if this did US know about this? Did not US know about this? That the moment they go out of it, without keeping it so open, without a peace deal, that China and Pakistan, forget about Pakistan. Pakistan has no significance. They are useless. Talk about
So they're going to follow Afghanistan
yeah, that
via
is okay.
Pakistan, via China.
No, see, Pakistan has always been present in Afghanistan. Their ISI activities has been
Always been on the record. It's always there.
yeah. So if there is another country in which ISI is strong besides Pakistan itself, that is Afghanistan, right?
Correct,
Because
yes.
everywhere else in the world they are useless.
Yes.
Right. So anyways, US was fully aware that China will come in and try to broker a deal. Pakistan is anyways useless. So if US knew this, then why didn't they broker a deal? So my only point of contention is US is the troublemaker. All the fights that happen in Israel, we will, I know we will talk about, Operation Opera at later point of time. There is a saying, the world says that because Saddam Hussein was at that point of time, there was a change of rule in Iraq, okay, during that time. That's the reason why America or US couldn't send the F-16s to Iraq, because of the hostility in Iraq, and that's when Israel could actually buy those F-16s and carry out their airstrikes. But that is the front story. The back story is that it is US who always wanted Israel to go strike Iraq, so they gave their F-16s to Israel and said, please go strike Iraq, destroy the nuclear reactor.
And I also have read somewhere that after Saddam Hussein was executed, the US has literally thanked Israel for such a wonderful attack on the nuclear plant.
So and when I was watching this documentary on YouTube, the security advisor, national security advisor of US, then national security advisor of US, when he went up to the US president and said, the Israelis just took out a nuclear reactor in Baghdad, the US president turned on and said, they did what? And then the national security advisor repeated himself, and the US president said, boys will be boys. So what the hell does that mean?
So because
So
that
one
is,
country
they have
has
given the
literally-
toy, and they have played with it.
Exactly.
That's
So agreed. So that's the point. So that's only the point I've been trying to make for the last 20 odd minutes, that US is the troublemaker for everything.
See, if someone is supreme,
And I can rest my case
someone
now.
is very strong, obviously he will be a reason for everyone's discomfort, and he will be challenging for everyone. So US is such kind of power. That's it. Because they have everything, and that's why they are the bone of contention for every country.
Well, I hope so that they do it better in future.
Yes,
than what
I
they did
still
today.
think that they have taken a very good decision of withdrawing the
No,
entire military power and the force from Afghanistan. They don't need that anymore.
I am not questioning the decision of withdrawing from Afghanistan. I'm questioning the timing, and I'm questioning the route or the methodology of the withdrawal without brokering peace talks. So with that, I think I would rest my case. So,
Yes, then
thank you.
okay, we'll come back with a new topic the next time.
Thank you. Peace.